Juma Mubarak. It's Friday, the 24th of December. Um, I'm gonna give my outlook on gold. It's been a while since I last looked at gold, but yeah, I'm not gonna go over too much of what I said in the last video, but basically everything that I said that was gonna happen happened. So yeah, I'm just gonna give my outlook on what's gonna happen over the next few weeks. Um, yeah. So anyways, gold came into this order block here. Um, consolidated quite a bit, a lot of choppy price action here, but came down, raided these relative equal lows here, which also in lines with last month's low with this candle here. Um, raided it, saw an expansion out of the consolidation, came back into the consolidation and the LP as well, and now we're seeing a reaction. So what I'm looking at for gold this week is we've got this liquidity which I outlined in the last video. So we've got this here, 5, 7. So this is my first drawn liquidity. We've also got a fair value gap, quite a big fair value gap here, which we could come up and fill. So I'm gonna be I'll be focused. If we get past here, I'm gonna focus on the equilibrium of the fair value gap, which lies around 1830, 1820, 28, around there. So I'll be looking at that. I'll be looking at that price to be hit, and we've also got another fair value gap just above it. So here. So this whole movement here is basically a liquidity void. So I'll be looking for the market to come fill this void here. And if we can get past that, then we can look at this high up here, which is back into the weekly order block. So all this movement here could just be engineered. Sorry, this price here could be an engineered high. So we could come back up, raid it, and then possibly come down and grab these lows here. But that's way far ahead in it. So I'm taking gold just week by week. So so that's what I'm looking at gold. I'm looking for gold to come take out these points of liquidity here. So that's my view on gold. My view on gold is basically bullish. And just seeing what price gives us in these areas here. So I will look at GU as well. GU on the monthly time frame. Basically we had this liquidity here from 2016, which was raided during COVID. So we had this liquidity here, and in March 2020, which basically was the beginning of COVID, we had a lot of energy in this candle here. So we came down, we took the liquidity, snatched it, and reacted from it. And so what I'm looking at now is we've got liquidity lying above these relative equal highs. We've also got liquidity lying above here, but basically my focus is on this high here. So where we are with gold, there's no gaps in the market. Everything's being filled. So there's no reason for us really to go lower. to go lower than this low, I'd say. So I'd say if we stay in this bullish order block, then we could see a reaction from the equilibrium of this block, so which will lie around around 1.3 big figure, or 1.31 big figure, 131 big figure. So that's where I'd like to see price reach and then react. So we've got this big monthly order book. So yeah, I'll be looking at the equilibrium of this block here. If I drop down to the weekly, we've got a fair value gap in here. All this price has been filled. There's no gaps there, but we have one fair value gap here, which also is just below this low here. So that's a good pairing, you could say. We have a fair value gap, and you also have liquidity, which has yet been just do that one. I'll just make it some launch pad bar, just to change the color. So we have this fair value gap, and we also have liquidity here, just below this low, and so yeah, so basically that's also it lines in perfectly with the equilibrium of this whole monthly order block. So we have liquidity line at the 131 big figure, and there's also a fair value gap as well. So I'll be looking forward for this price to be hit, and then I'll be watching price to see what happens. So we have a fair value gap here also, so we could come up, fill this fair value gap, and also react from this bearish order block. So we've got a fair value gap here inside of a bearish order block on a weekly time frame. So I think what we're gonna do is I think price is gonna come up, collect some orders here, down, raid these lows here, and also this low here, raid it, could consolidate below here, but I feel we're gonna react from this level here, the 131 big figure, and hopefully take out these equal highs here. So that's what I think we're gonna do. I think we're gonna come down. Let me just make that clearer, because I like to screenshot my shit and then post it a few months later when I'm right. So I come down, right from the equilibrium of the monthly order block, fill the gap, raid the liquidity, and then come up to this high here. So that's my view on GU. That's my view on GU. Let's drop down to the daily. We had consolidation here. Let's see, this area has a consolidation. We've broken out the consolidation, shifted market structure. We also had if I remove this, we also had liquidity in the form of this low here. So this low here, this long wick candle, there's liquidity line below there. Which was raided in this candle here. So this candle is the LP. Broke market structure here, and then came back down into the LP. So we broke market structure once we broke above this high here, broke and closed above this high here with this candle, and so any retracement back into the LP is what we'd be looking for to go long. So which we got. If I drop down to the floor, it might be clearer. So liquidity here, raided with this block here, came above these highs here, took out these highs, and we dropped back down into the LP. So you could look at 50% of the LP to enter a trade, and then you'd be targeting this high here. So say you got in at the 50%, which was around here. Stops just below the LP, so that's fine where it is now, and then targeting this high. So it's about a 3 hour. So that's a trade there. I'm not trading. I'm not really. I'm just speculating right now. I'm not in the markets at the moment. Especially during now that we're in Christmas period, volatility is down, but you can see the markets is still following protocol type thing. Markets are never random. That's why I don't believe in indecisive candles or so the market's written. That's my view on the market. So I think the markets are written way ahead of time. I think it's an algorithm. But yeah, anyways, so that's my view on GU as well. And let me just talk on XRP. XRP. So in the last video I said that we had this retail triangle in formation. So we had this retail triangle in formation. I can't remember how I drew it. I think I drew it like this. I think it was like this. So I said that we'd get a break below, just to trap a lot of retail traders and collect. I don't know if I mentioned the liquidity here, but there was liquidity here which we raided, and there was an LP block here, and there's also a fair value gap in here. So if I get, anyways, yeah, in a let me get rid of these trend lines. But yeah, I mentioned that there was a retail triangle pattern, so I said we was gonna come break below the trend line, and then make our way to do $2. Sorry. So if I get rid of this trend line, I'll show you. There's a fair value cap in here which I didn't mention in the last video, but there is one here which we filled. And all this price action here, it has been filled. There's a tiny fair value gap in here, but all this, I don't see a reason to go lower. So yeah, so my view on XRP is basically targets, upside targets right now. So my first drawn liquidity would be this fair value gap here. So that's my first draw, and then obviously we've got highs here, and highs here, and ultimately $2, and then and then $3, $3.3 all-time high. So that's obviously we don't have to get there in a rush. I expect to see a lot of reaction from these levels here, so we see some discount, but I believe this is the lowest we're gonna get in XRP. We could come and collect, because there's this is quite a long wick candle, so we could come down one last time just to raid this low and also grab these equal lows here. So that's also a scenario in play, but I feel if that doesn't happen, then this is the lowest we're gonna get, I believe. But there's still the possibility that we come down, raid this low, and grab equal lows here, and then fly. But yeah, nothing to worry about with XRP, to be honest. I've been in the markets way too long for these for these little crashes to play on my mind. And when I call crashes like these, it even feels better. So yeah, that's basically my view on the pairs that I'm looking at. So